Good morning, guys. So as you guys may know, I've been super busy lately, but I've been really wanting to do this video. I'm gonna combine a review of the GX7 after about a year of use while I paint my deck. So first, I'm going to talk about some of the things I really did enjoy this past year from the G7X. So one of the things I really liked about the G7X Mark II is its ability to get these super crispy macro shots. And with this lens being a 1.8 f-stop, you can get really nice wide aperture, which will give you good low light and a shallow depth of field, otherwise known as bokeh. Okay, so next I want to talk about stabilization, because the Mark II absolutely kills it in this area, and I'll show you. I was just carrying that with one hand, which if you guys are familiar with trying to stabilize your footage, usually you have to have both hands on the camera, you have to be super still, and I could basically just one-handedly have stabilized footage. What about running? Well, let's try that too. So the third thing I really like is its fast lens. Does really well in low light, not super low light. Of course, there's other cameras out there that do way better, but this one actually does pretty good. I mean, I've taken this thing into caves. I've also taken it into like the dark streets, alleyways, and just, it always holds up really well. The only problem sometimes is that the focus in low light is a little shoddy. I'm like so blurry. Focus camera. But really for the range of camera, the point and shoot, it actually does really well. Oh, and one of the top things I find so useful is that this camera's startup time is so quick. Check this out. It is insane. It like could start up and it's ready to shoot. And this is really important to me because, you know, moments are fleeting, and when something happens, you want to be able to capture it, and this camera allows for that. I'm going to push the power button, hit record, and boom, we're filming. So with these features that I mentioned, you get super nice quality, really quick capture, and just overall, it's a great camera. I wanted to even talk about the flip-up screen, which basically right now I can look at the flip-up screen and just frame my shot with, you know, we got the light there, got this railing. Yeah, it's pretty awesome in that sense. I've definitely been able to shoot a lot of vlogs with it. It is a pretty awesome vlog camera. I'll show you some clips of some kind of cinematic stuff that I've gotten from it. Oh, and before we get into the reason why it's not the best camera or not the best it could be, I'm gonna just mention one last thing. The G7X Mark II can fit in your pocket, which totally serves its purpose. Okay, with that said, now for the bad stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the rumors are true. Dust is your enemy. So I wanted to get this super cool shot of me sawing through some wood with the camera underneath. The problem I found after was that the sawdust got inside the lens. Somehow the sawdust got lodged in between the cover lens and the interior lens. And you can actually see it, it's that brown speck inside. And no matter what I do, I can't figure out a way to get in there. Another problem that you can see is that the flip screen is exposed. So what happened to me, I threw it in my bag and I was biking across the Czech Republic, and I don't even know what happened. Maybe one of my other cameras put pressure on it, or it, you know, my bag fell off my bike a few times. It could have been that, and it totally just cracked that screen. So having that exposed screen in the back kind of sucks, makes the camera a little bit more fragile. For Canon, a lot of the cameras, you know, their higher end stuff is carefree, you don't have to worry too much, but I guess I got kind of a little spoiled with those. But yeah, if you do a lot of outdoor sports, you have to be mindful of that screen. And that's pretty much it for kind of the downsides of this camera that I can think of at the top of my head for the past year that I've had it. Maybe one more would be probably the 4K feature. Like, there's no 4K on this one, but to be honest with you, 4K is a pain in the post-production. So when it just slows down the computer and it's so much more difficult to edit. 1080 is still great for YouTube, so if you're thinking of doing YouTube videos with the G7X, I would say, you know, 1080 is still awesome and gives really nice crispy images. Overall, in conclusion, I think it's a great camera for vlogging and for even cinematography, videography, just any kind of like all-purpose, all-around point and shoot, easy to fit in your pocket. I would say it's probably definitely a must just to have, just as like a backup camera. But honestly, I use the G7X as a primary camera on all my vlogs. So even the cinematic portions, yes, that may change in the future. I'm probably gonna kind of get a GH5 and start doing all my cinematics on that, and doing only my talking headshots on the G7X. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish up this last little bit and let you guys go, either make a decision whether you really want the G7X or not. But if you enjoyed this and you thought it was informational, just comment down below, like, subscribe, and remember, get in to getting out.